I've read many cheating stories on here. Can't believe I now have my own to tell. Story 1. My wife went on a girls' trip this weekend. On Saturday, her group was hanging out with guys who were on a bachelor party weekend trip. The guys were buying everything. I'm not sure of the exact numbers, but I would imagine there were 5 girls, 5 guys. Anyways, they end up in the guys' suite, all of 10 them. The girls start leaving because it's late, and my wife's best friend was the last girl to leave other than my wife. This best friend recently cheated on her husband of 6 months. The best friend left my drunk wife in the suite. My wife ended up having time with one of the guys. She came back to the best friend's room and cried. We had a planned trip to visit my family on Sunday. On the way there, my wife broke down and told me. So, within 15 hours of it happening, I knew about it. I am the type of person who does this. I had 2 minutes of screaming fuck and then I pretty much went into can we fix this mode. Of course, I'm also dealing with random feelings of depression, anxiety and anger, but generally I have been focused on the idea of saving the marriage. Our marriage hasn't been picture perfect, but generally our friends see us as having the ideal marriage. We trust each other to go out without the other, we have successful careers, and we did not have any major problems. We did, however, have some intimacy issues that we've been working on forever. Truly nothing major. We do have time every week, sometimes several times a week, but I just thought I'd throw that out there in the interest of full disclosure. So, I'm pretty pissed at the best friend for leaving my wife alone in that suite. Part of me believes she is a little happy that she has someone else in her life who has made such a huge mistake. That may or may not be part of my disdain for this friend. I've always been very cordial around her in person, without question. I'm pretty pissed at my wife, of course. Being in the can we fix this mode has led my wife to say something along the lines of, I feel like I'm being let off too easy. Such a statement scares me for obvious reasons. But when I say that I can't handle the situation and I need to get out, she begs me to stay. I haven't done a good job of explaining this part, but it's safe to say I'm just confused as FCK. We've decided to go to marital counseling this week. I can't really sleep and I feel as though my life has generally come crashing down. I did read online that it's a good sign that she told me. A long-term one involving a co-worker or the like. But honestly, I'm not even 100% certain that I want this to work. I guess that's what counseling is for. But I can't shake the thought that I will always feel like I deserve better. Reddit, thoughts? If I can provide any more information I will. I don't really have anyone to talk to because if we decide to try to make it work, I'd prefer this not to be public knowledge, so I'm really just looking for any thoughts and impressions you may have of my situation. Edit, took out the friend stuff. Yes, I'm mad at the friend. But it's not even an issue. Redditors' reactions. Redditor 1. So, I'm pretty pissed at the best friend for leaving my wife alone in that suite. A personal observation, I'd like to suggest this is misplaced anger. Your wife and your wife alone is responsible for her own behavior. By the time she had too many drinks in her and in guy's room, she was already playing with fire. Redditor 2, ducked up situation. I truly feel for you. A few things stick out. 1. She took responsibility for what happened and admitted it to you. 2. You are still around. 3. She feels enough guilt that she expects something horrible to happen. 4. You want to get counseling. In terms of cheating, this is kind of the best case scenario. In terms of getting through it together, I'd suggest you get away for a while. Go out of town, get away from her. Clear your head and make a decision without her crying on your shoulder the whole time. You need to figure out if you really want this relationship to work because frankly, if you don't you should just leave. It's not worth the expense and emotional damage staying will cause. People make mistakes. People duck up. She hurt you and that's not going to just disappear, but that doesn't mean your life or relationship is over. People have gotten through worse. I hope you figure things out. Story 2. Husband thinks him cheating. Hey guys. I really am looking for advice on how to be there for my husband. Sorry this got a little long. We've both 27 been married almost 4 years. We have a 3-year-old and currently expecting our second. I really don't know what kind of advice I'm looking for, or if anyone with trauma can help me support my husband. but he obsessively thinks I'm cheating on him. I know the word obsessively is harsh, but I'll explain. He comes from a past of infidelity. His dad left his mom when he was 11, and his mom is very emotionally unstable and made my husband her fill-in husband for the time being. After that, his first real relationship ended in infidelity when his girlfriend of 2 years cheated on him with his best friend. So to say all that, I'm a very honest and loyal person and have never ever thought about cheating on him. My mom cheated on my dad, they're still together and awesome now, but it's just something I can't even fathom. Ever since we started dating, Hess had my passwords to everything, my phone code, computer code, location. You name it, he has it. About 2 years ago, literally just 1 week, it's like he snapped and was so mean to me for no reason, and after asking him, he thought that I had been cheating on him with my bill. I never even talked to my bill very much. Anyway, since then until about November, every time I talk to someone in public, or a guy comments on my post or something, he always questions me and tries to see if I'm doing something. It's gotten to the point where if he asks me about my day, I know Hess trying to ask if I cheated on him. Fast forward to November, I found out he had been looking through my phone every night and tracking my location up to 15 times a day. After that, I changed all my passwords and stopped sharing my location, and since, every time he brings up or asks me if I'm cheating, I get super mad and have had to make boundaries where now we literally never talk about it. Keep in mind, I've had to calm his fears on top of this, even though he was tracking me and looking through my phone, which I didn't know about. So I took away the privilege of him having my passwords because I felt betrayed. Hess seeing a therapist for it and process it with his friends, but I just feel so uncomfortable and awkward every day. I feel like I'm paying for something I didn't do and never would do, so I guess I'm asking, for those of you who have been through infidelity, is this normal? How should I be there for him? I'm just so frustrated if he even hints at it being a struggle. I'm just super hurt because I've literally done nothing, and he knows it. Edit, thank you all for your comments. I have super boundaries with men and have since I was 20. It's just a personal conviction of mine that I don't text men privately or message them. My husband was the first time I broke that rule when we started dating. I just know you can't have a strictly platonic relationship with men, and therefore I guard myself and my marriage, so nothing has ever been interesting for him to look at because I just have a ton of girlfriends. Anyway, he is making steps to fight his tendencies, and you all are right. I was thinking of starting to share my location again with him to show him I'm beginning to trust that he won't take advantage of it. I took it away originally because it was like a drug to a drug addict. So thank you. I'm going to take that step and begin to lower the boundaries and be there for him and reassure him in a healthy way. And the person who pinged me that I am cheating on my husband and he just doesn't caught me yet, regardless of him looking through my phone for 2 years without me even knowing. Redditors' reactions. Redditor 1. I came from a relationship where my partner cheated, once definitely, possibly multiple times. You do get over it, and can put it last you with the right help. You sound like you are a really decent person, but you are being punished for others' mistakes. This is your husband's problem and is so very not fair to you. I think you need to speak to someone together and fix this. I'm afraid people though resist change, and sometimes it can take a massive shock to snap people out of it. Best of luck. Redditor 2. Like one of the other posters said, changing locking you phone and dialing location only made him think something's up. That was the wrong step. Look what he's been through. He's a little messed up in the head right now, and probably paranoid. He needs time and possibly a little therapy to help him.